Hi everyone. Last night I was on a chat with a group of people, and one of the women expressed concern regarding her daughter, that she had attempted to tell her daughter what she knew about what was happening, and the daughter was not able to hear her, and also that this daughter had gone on to take the medical intervention thing that's happening around the planet at the moment. And her question was, what will happen to her daughter when she herself ascends or moves higher in frequency and moves on to this next, into the new earth, into the 5D reality? What will happen to her daughter? And will she go with her? Will she be lost to her? One of the biggest understandings I had happened when I was first on my spiritual path in my 20s, and it was in relation to my family and my family relationships. My family was very important to me and still is very important to me, but I had an understanding that the person that I thought and related to as my father, and the person that I related to as my mother and my siblings, in other lifetimes had been other beings to me. So my father could have been an enemy that was one of my greatest challenges. I could have been married to one of my siblings. My mother could have been my daughter. And in the moment of understanding this situation regarding souls and how we come back in different configurations to help each other grow and learn, it helped me understand something to do with my identity. And I had a very strong identity as the peacemaker, as the mediator in my family. And somehow as a kid, I picked up that it was my job to look after everybody else's emotions, that I had to try and stop everybody fighting and to make sure everybody got along. I remember a moment when I was about 5 years of age, and one of my siblings had thrown tablets down the toilet, and my mother demanded to know who it was, and whoever did it wouldn't confess. So she lined us up and said she wouldn't let us move until the person confessed. And I knew my mother was upset and that it was my job to make sure she wasn't upset. So I, in that moment, confessed. It's as clear as day as this moment in time to me. I remember it very vividly, even though I was only 5 years of age. But it just showed to me that that's the extent of the conditioning or the identity that I took on as a little kid. And when I was in my late 20s and understood the truth about souls and our family groups and everything, it made me step back and look at that identity, look at how I interacted with my family. And I moved into a place of understanding that they weren't really, in a way, my father and my mother, that they were souls on their own journey, and that they were self-determining in their path. And it wasn't my job to be worried for their choices or to use my energy to try and change their life path and life choices. So how does this relate to now? This is a big issue for many people at the moment, that some family members are doing and going forward with the medical intervention, despite what we know about it. And we have to understand that on another level, on a deeper level, they are a soul, an old soul on a journey of their own making and understanding and exploration. So what is unconditional love? Unconditional love is to express what we know if we can, to talk, to convey what we know, what our fears are, what our concerns are, but it is up to the other family member to accept that or not. And there is purposeful good in everybody's choices, whether we know it or can see it or not. So have that unconditional space for your relative that is choosing to go on a different path. Now, do they come with us? Will they ascend? It is not for us to know their path. We cannot alter their path for them. Once we've spoken to them, it is their choice what their path is. And I know without a doubt that in some other when or where or now, we are together again and reflecting upon this life and the incredible challenge that we were all faced with in these years on this planet. We are somewhere together again. And this is but a moment in time. This is just a blink of an eye in eternity. So be at peace as best you can. And if you are triggered emotionally, which is absolutely understandable, about the choices that people close to us have made, the people that we love have made, the first thing I would urge you to do is to feel how you feel about that, to process your grief, to process your disappointment, to process your worries and concerns, and understand that in some respects, it is only happening in order to help you understand those aspects of yourself. That your child may have, in a way, chosen that radical or that path that doesn't sit well with you in order to help you grow. Just like any other relationship we have, on some level it is only helping us understand ourselves in greater depth and breadth. Estus Deus zucumboce kamakika se etus Deus zusienemianda. Izetestus komuyatsa kamaka. Ezotus Deus shushiatsa kama akikenea. Ezotus Deus shushianamaka. Ezotus Deus susienemaka. So not only are we learning at this moment about radical trust in that deeper aspect of ourself and the journey we're on, we are learning about radical unconditional love, and the choices that our family members make are their choices as a soul on a journey of exploration. Estus Deus susienemiyandaka, ezotus Deus shushiaka moyatsiata, izetestus Deus shusienemiyandaka, ezotus Deus shusienama, ezatasietes Deus shusianamaka, ezotus Deus suienemiyandaka. So as best you can, find peace with it. And until you can find that peace, be interested and curious in your reactions and understand that at the core of that reaction that you're having is an unfinished aspect of your growth, that you are attempting to learn about all of these emotions and move through them, process them. So in a way, if you are being triggered by a family member who's choosing a different reality, they are helping you on this ascension path. Because if you were not triggered, you wouldn't be in this relationship. You wouldn't be unfolding the way that it is, because you had already owned these issues. You'd already understood them. Estus Deus susiakumuyatsa, esos Deus shushiatsa, ego kambandia, ekokatsia testiston ze siandama, esotus Deus shushiatsa kamiatsa. So I hope that gives you a different perspective. It lets you find some peace with where we are all going, that we are all fractals of God. We are all fractals of Source, and on our own very individual, important journeys of exploration. So take care and have a great day.